Hello everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by our channel, Call Center Soup. Thank you to all of you returning viewers and welcome to those of you stopping by for the first time. I'm Cindy. And today, let's talk about making a call. How do I really make a phone call? Do I have to dial all those phone numbers every day? How do I know what to say? Can I talk to anyone who answers? Here's how a call might play out. Most often the job will have an automated dialer that will bring calls to you. Your phone rings until you making you think the consumer called you, when really the dialer called them. Every job software looks different. However, there is a way to really differentiate an inbound call versus an outbound call. The job will teach you. The consumer has more than likely heard a recording something like,
"We have a very important matter to discuss with you. The next available representative will be right with you. Please stay on the line."
The consumer is parked in a holding queue waiting for the next available representative to take their call. We don't like to keep these people waiting. They answered their phone. We want to talk with people. Some of them do not wait and they will hang up. This is referred to as abandonment. We don't like our consumers to hang up before we get a chance to help them. Some of them will hang on, although as their wait time goes up, sometimes so can their temper, so supervisors will be watching these calls and maybe saying things like,
"We have 7 calls holding," or, "Pushing 1 minute wait time, let's keep moving."
Let it be no surprise, some days, it may take a few calls out before you even get to talk with any live people. Some days, they are answering one right after the other. You may get many voicemails throughout a day. Some jobs let you leave automated messages. These are pre-recorded approved messages by the job. You could press a certain key on your keyboard, and the system will leave the automated message on the voicemail. This frees up your time to move to the next call. You probably have to code the account in some fashion so the system will not call that number again for the correct amount of days. We cannot be calling people every day or multiple times in a day. Even states have specific laws for how often we can be calling people. Maybe the job allows you to leave a live message on the voicemail. Do as the job directs. They may even have a script for the approved voicemail they want left. And always remember to document the account through the system. Notes on an account are so important. Important so the next map, who just might be you, might not be you, will know what happened on the last contact we had with this consumer. With this same thought in mind, if you are taking an inbound call, it's a great help for you to look at the notes on the account from the previous call so you have an idea of what you are working with, and might give you a clue where to look to see what is happening on the account. When you get a live person on the phone, if your calls are being recorded, you should be advising the contact within the first 30 seconds of the call.
"We are on a monitored and recorded line. My name is Cindy."
Proceed with your call flow. If they say they
do not agree to being recorded,
you should end the call and properly notate the account. Maybe next time that number is dialed, a different person will answer and speak with us on the recorded line. So I wouldn't recommend marking the number bad in any way just yet. Let's keep trying to connect. Especially if this is the only number we currently have for this consumer. I have had people tell me, "That's okay, because I'm recording you too." Check with your employer To be sure they are okay with ending the call with proper notation. In my experience, my employer agreed with this approach. The consumer would sometimes ultimately hang up. That was their way of getting out of talking with me and addressing the alleged issue. I would say an exception would be if we were calling the consumer's place of employment, and their job records calls. If we were trying to collect or if we were discussing personal business, we would not want this consumer's banking information nor any personal information on their employer's recording. In this case, I would ask the consumer if I can call them right back on a line of their own. We cannot be asking for a person's cell phone number. So simply ask for an alternative number to call them right back on. Okay, so now we have a live person on the line. We let them know the call is being recorded and there has been no objection. Keep moving in your call flow. The job may require some type of verification. Possibly a name confirmed on a monitored and recorded line is sufficient. Often in collections, the job may require a second verification. If you can, use date of birth as a second form of verification. That would be most definitive. Many men have sons with the same name as well as women have daughters with the same name, often at the same address. I quote, the most definitive piece of identifiable information would be a date of birth. The consumer may object. They may say they
do not want to verify personal information.
You can rebuttal this is to protect their privacy. However, you may be forced to use an address, which is risky, right? A father and son, SR and Jr., can live at the same address. So be careful. What if this is not the right party? What do you do? Okay, so now we have a live person on the line. We let them know the call is being recorded. We have a second verification. We have the right person on the line. Keep moving in your call flow. If you have a provided script from the job, let's follow the script. This is the job's proven way and you should follow it. If a collection call, proceed with the demand for the balance in full. Pause, and let them respond. In a perfect world, they will say something like,
Go perfect. I've been waiting for you to call. Do you take a card?
They might have questions about the balance and you should be prepared to answer the questions. If you don't have the answer, that's okay too. We would never want to guess or provide incorrect information. Let the consumer know.
That's a great question, and although I don't have a definitive answer, I am going to get us one. May I place you on a brief hold, or I can call you back once I have our answer? Which would you prefer?
Whichever way this goes, prior to placing them on hold, confirm you have the best number to call them. Maybe they cannot pay you in full today. You should follow the negotiation practices the job has in place. Watch for our video on negotiations. Once you have reached the resolve, payment in full, payment arrangements, scheduled research with follow-up, I like to hear a recap to the consumer what happened in today's call. If there is homework for you or them, recap the responsibility and make sure you cover what will happen next, if there is a next step. We always want a closing question to ensure we have done our job. Ask your consumer.
Do you have any other questions for me before we end our call today?
Give them a chance for any other issues. You should address each of their additional concerns, and once again before closing out the call.
Is there anything else I can help with?
Be sure to thank them for calling XX.
And I appreciate you taking care of that with me today. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Goodbye. What if this is not the right party? What do you do? When they say,
No, I'm not Cindy.
We should ask questions to help us find our right party.
Oh, I'm sorry, what would be a better number for her? Or when will she be home from work? I can call her then?
We want to ask open-ended questions, encouraging our contact to talk, rather than answer with yes or no. This would be a closed-ended question. Sometimes they are protective and about all you can do is leave your name and a callback number. I hope you have found this information helpful, and as always leave your comments below. Be sure to hit the like, share and subscribe to this video. And also please hit the notifications bell, so you will be notified when future videos become available. Thank you all so much for stopping by and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.